Hey everyone, Chip here. Ever feel like the ground under your business is shifting? Like something big is about to change everything? Today, Nova and I are diving deep into a warning from our founder about a seismic digital shift caused by AI.
That's right.
We'll break down what this means for you and how to make sure you're not caught on the fault line. Stick around, this is crucial.
Welcome to Trivera's AI Deep Dive podcast, hosted by Chip and Nova, our AI co-hosts. Together, they transform top marketing insights from our blogs, articles, and events into actionable strategies you can use. Ready to dive in? Let's get started.
Welcome to this Trivera Deep Dive. I'm Chip.
And I'm Nova. Today, Chip and I are diving into a really critical topic raised by our founder, Tom Snyder, in his recent article, Seismic Digital Shift is Underway. Is your business on the fault line?
Tom paints a really compelling picture, Nova. It's about this really significant shift happening right now, a convergence of digital tools, how people behave online, new tech, and, overall business strategy. He calls it a new fault line. And honestly, it sounds like most of us are setting up shop right on top of it. What really caught my attention is the sheer scale he's talking about. He compares it to a magnitude 9.0 earthquake for businesses. That's huge.
Absolutely, Chip. And for you, our listener, who's maybe looking to understand these big changes quickly, thoroughly, but without getting, bogged down in jargon, this deep dive is all about cutting through the noise. Tom has identified 4 key pressure points, these fault lines, where we're already seeing the early tremors of some serious disruption.
Okay.
So let's get right into unpacking the first one.
All right, so the first fault line Tom highlights. It's all about how artificial intelligence is fundamentally changing how customers find what they need and, importantly, how they decide what to buy. Now, Tom mentioned we've touched on the increasing role of AI before, but the core message here is pretty stark. If your business is still solely reliant on traditional SEO and those, website-centric sales funnels, you could be in for a bumpy ride.
Exactly, Chip. And he backs this up with some pretty striking data. There's a HubSpot study showing a significant 27% decrease in click-through rates for businesses that are heavily dependent on SEO.
27%, wow.
Yeah, that's more than just a little wiggle. That's a noticeable tremor, right?
Definitely.
And even more impactful, perhaps, is a report from PricewaterhouseCoopers. It indicates that a whopping 57% of shoppers are now completing their purchases based on AI recommendations without ever even visiting a brand's website.
Whoa, okay, 57% without visiting the site. That's a huge shift in the customer journey.
It really is.
So businesses stuck relying on those older methods. They're likely seeing their website traffic decline because AI is now stepping in, providing those direct answers, even purchase suggestions. For you listening, this really underscores that it's time to seriously reconsider how your customers are discovering and interacting with your business. It's not just about being visible in search results anymore.
No.
It's about being the solution that AI directly recommends.
That's a crucial distinction, Chip. Absolutely. Now, the second fault line that Tom identifies, this one's about the exploding demand for really high-quality content that also needs to be produced incredibly quickly. And this is largely being fueled by the advancements in AI tools. Deloitte actually found businesses are churning out almost 4 times more content now compared to just 2022.
4 times?
Yeah, I mean, if we think about why, it's clear AI is enabling a level of content creation that was just, impossible before.
Right. So if your content creation process is still slow, if it isn't leveraging AI in some way, Tom suggests you're on increasingly unstable ground. The Content Marketing Institute reports that teams using AI-powered tools are producing content a staggering 74% faster.
74%.
Just let that sink in for a moment. Your competitors could be creating and distributing content in almost, 3/4 less time than it takes you. That's a massive potential gap in reach and engagement.
It's huge. And research from Bain actually supports this. It shows publishers who can produce high-velocity content are seeing nearly 3 times higher engagement rates.
3 times.
Okay. However, and this is really critical, Tom also includes a really important warning here. Using AI incorrectly in your content can have some serious negative consequences.
Uh-oh. Like what?
Well, a study from Originality.ai in 2024 found over 1,400 websites that had poorly implemented AI-generated content. They actually faced Google manual actions.
Manual actions?
Yeah, and some were even de-indexed.
De-indexed meaning their website was essentially removed from Google's search results. Ouch, that's a harsh penalty.
Exactly. Severely impacting their visibility. So it's definitely not just about speed. It's about integrating AI smartly, to maintain and even enhance the quality and originality of your content.
Right.
This raises a really important question for you listening. How are you ensuring that your use of AI in content creation is both efficient and effective, and that it's not going to land you in hot water with search engines?
Good question. Okay, let's move on to the third fault line Tom points out. This one concerns how major online platforms, think Google, social media sites, are increasingly using their algorithms to favor content that is properly created and optimized for AI. eMarketer has reported a significant 49% reduction in organic reach for content that isn't optimized this way. It's almost like these platforms are adjusting their internal rule books, right?
Yeah.
And if you're not playing by the new AI influence rules, your content just gets seen by fewer people. A lot fewer.
Tom puts it pretty directly. If you're not actively optimizing your content for these algorithms, you're essentially standing on a digital crack in the earth. SEMrush found that content specifically optimized for AI is receiving over 3 times more impressions this year compared to non-optimized content.
3 times more impressions this year alone.
That's not a marginal difference. That's a fundamental change in how visible your content can be. And what's really interesting here is how rapidly these platforms are adapting their algorithms. They're responding to the increasing volume of AI-generated content out there.
It really highlights how crucial it is to stay informed and, well, agile, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
And the impact on businesses is becoming really clear. Nielsen reports that businesses that aren't adapting to these algorithm preferences are seeing their platform visibility decrease by as much as 38%.
38%.
Yeah. So for you, the listener, this really emphasizes the urgency. You need to understand and adapt to how these platforms are now prioritizing content in this new age of AI. It's like trying to get your message heard in a crowded room when you're whispering.
Right. You're just not going to break through.
Exactly.
Okay. Now, the fourth and final fault line that Tom identifies is the incredibly rapid pace of technological advancement, particularly in AI. This pace is so fast that it's actually outpacing many organizations' ability to keep up with the latest tools and strategies. A recent survey of marketing professionals actually showed that a significant 44% feel their skills are becoming obsolete at an accelerating rate.
44%. That's a sobering statistic, Nova.
It really is.
So if your team, or maybe the agency you're working with, lacks the necessary training and expertise in these emerging AI technologies, you're essentially operating along a major fracture zone. A LinkedIn report from this year found that companies that have implemented AI training programs for their employees are outperforming their peers by a significant 31%.
31%. That's quite an edge.
It is. It's not just about having access to the latest AI. It's about having a team that knows how to use that technology effectively to achieve your business goals.
Exactly, Chip. And the bottom line, according to the Boston Consulting Group, is that companies lagging in AI adoption face significantly higher customer acquisition costs, 28% higher.
Wow, 28% higher costs.
Yeah. This really underscores just how critical continuous learning and upskilling in the AI landscape are for your business's ongoing success and, frankly, its competitiveness. It really begs the question for everyone listening. What steps are you taking right now to ensure your team has the AI fluency needed to navigate this changing landscape?
Okay, so we've explored these 4 major fault lines that our founder, Tom, has identified. And now he uses this really powerful analogy to help illustrate the nature of the shift. It's quite vivid. Let's take a short break, and when we come back, we'll dig into his powerful observation. You want to stick around for this.
Hi, I'm Webster, Trivera's AI assistant, here to help businesses like yours thrive in the ever-changing digital landscape. At Trivera, we're celebrating 29 years of delivering digital marketing that drives measurable results. Since 1996, we've partnered with southeastern Wisconsin's strongest brands, blending creativity, strategy, and cutting-edge technology like me to produce success you can measure. From SEO-optimized websites and ROI-driven marketing campaigns to leveraging AI tools to analyze data and refine strategies, Trivera is the partner you can trust to help your business grow. Now, as we enter our 30th year, we're more committed than ever to pushing boundaries and redefining what's possible in digital marketing. With decades of experience and the power of AI on the team, we're ready to help you tackle whatever's next. Visit Trivera.com today and let's make 2025 the year your business thrives. Trivera, where nearly 3 decades of expertise meet the latest in technology to deliver digital marketing that converts.
Welcome back to Trivera's AI Deep Dive. Now back to our conversation with Chip and Nova.
We're back. Before the break, we were talking about the seismic shift AI is causing for businesses and marketers.
Our founder, Tom Snyder, has been comparing the shift caused by AI to an earthquake, something that could strike with relatively little obvious warning and has the potential to leave unprepared businesses completely devastated.
Yeah.
It's a really vivid and, frankly, a little unsettling image. The idea of this sudden, powerful force just completely disrupting the landscape.
It is, Chip. It really is. But then Tom shifts that perspective in a really interesting way. He points out that here at Trivera, we've actually been treating AI like a storm.
Huh, okay.
Yeah, we've been watching the early indicators, listening for those distant rumblings, and actively working to prepare our clients before any widespread disruption really hits.
But more proactive.
Exactly. It's a much more proactive and ultimately, I think, a more empowering approach, isn't it? Anticipating the potential impact and taking steps to mitigate the risks before it's too late.
Absolutely. And this isn't Trivera's first time navigating a major digital upheaval, is it? I mean, Tom highlights our 3-decade-long track record of accurately predicting and successfully helping our clients navigate these huge digital shifts, like the initial rise of the internet.
Yeah.
The explosion of e-commerce, the advent of mobile phones, the emergence of social media, that kind of history, it really speaks volumes about understanding these technological cycles and how to adapt effectively.
It certainly does, Chip. So for our listener who's probably thinking, okay, this all sounds pretty serious. What can I actually do about it right now?
Yeah, the what now question.
Exactly. Tom offers 4 really key steps. The first one is simple but crucial. Acknowledge the change. He points out that denial is often the very first step towards digital disaster.
Right. Can't fix what you don't admit is broken or changing.
Precisely. It might sound obvious, but truly recognizing the scale and potential impact of this AI shift is absolutely crucial. That's step 1.
Yeah. What's next?
Step 2 is to consciously shift your thinking away from a sole focus on traditional SEO and towards developing much broader visibility strategies. It's about understanding that your potential customers are increasingly interacting with information and making decisions within AI-driven experiences, not just on those old-school search engine results pages.
Got it. Broader view. And the third?
The third crucial step is to conduct a thorough audit. Look at your current content, the platforms you're using, the partners you're working with, and really assess whether they are truly ready for what's coming. This means taking a hard, honest look at your existing setup and identifying any potential weaknesses or areas where you might be falling behind on AI integration and optimization.
Makes sense. Audit everything. And the final piece of advice?
Well, Chip, the fourth and maybe the most critical piece of advice is this. Don't wait for the earthquake to hit.
Right. Don't wait for the shaking.
Exactly. Act now. Consider working with experienced partners who have a proven track record of successfully navigating these kinds of significant technological shifts. Taking that proactive stance, rather than waiting to react to disruption, can be the crucial difference between not just surviving, but actually thriving in this new environment.
That makes a lot of sense. Be proactive, not reactive.
Precisely. And Tom concludes his piece with a really powerful question aimed right at businesses. We're prepared. Are you? He emphasizes that here at Trivera, we are ready. We're ready to help businesses not only weather this significant AI-driven shift, but to emerge from it stronger, smarter, safer, and ultimately more visible in this evolving digital landscape. It's really a direct invitation to take that first step towards future-proofing your business.
So if this deep dive has resonated with you listening, if you're feeling that same sense of impending change that Tom described, maybe a little bit of that wobble we talked about at the start, we really encourage you to take that initial step. Don't wait until the ground starts to shake beneath your feet.
Please don't. Visit the Trivera website today. You can explore in more detail how our team can help your business get off that potential AI fault line. And don't stop there. We want you to not just survive, but truly thrive in this new digital world. Follow Trivera on Facebook and LinkedIn. We're always sharing fresh insights, behind-the-scenes looks, and smart takes on all things digital marketing.
While you're at it, swing over to your favorite podcast platform, whether that's Spotify, Apple, iHeart, or even YouTube, and hit that subscribe button.
That way you won't miss an episode, And if this is your first time listening, go back and check out some of the other deep dives. There's plenty more where this came from.
And we'll be back next week, so keep an eye out for that.
Until then,
thanks for listening.
Thanks for joining us on Trivera's AI Deep Dive with Chip and Nova. If you enjoyed this episode, you can find more and stay up to date with new episodes wherever you listen to podcasts, or find them on our website and our social media channels. And don't forget to visit us at Trivera.com to learn how we can help take your marketing to the next level. Ready to talk? Reach out. We'd love to hear from you. See you next time.